Hey YouTubers, welcome back. It's Mac User here, and we're going to deal with another screencast on how to create a bootable installer using a USB stick. The USB stick needs to be a minimum of 8 gig, and you also need to have the installer in question, so El Capitan, Sierra, Yosemite, whichever one is the installer that you want to create for that particular pen stick. Usually they're assigned to your Apple ID, and that you will need that option, otherwise you won't be able to actually continue the rest of the screencast. Anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Disk Utility, and on a number of my screencasts I've shown you different ways to do that. And as you can see, the screencast there, I'm actually going to erase the pen stick that I've already placed into the drive. And it needs to be left as untitled. If it's not left as untitled, when you come to the command line in terminal to try and run that, it won't work properly. So you must ensure that you make sure that the USB stick is 8 gig and that you leave it as untitled when it does the formatting. And there we go. So I've done the USB drive, and now go into our Apple ID through the App Store. So I'm going to log into my purchases, and on my purchases I'm going to locate the operating system I want to create the USB installer for, and here I'm going to select El Capitan. So it goes through the process, obviously the warning, and it clicks continue. I am downloading this onto Sierra, so just bear that in mind. You won't be able to install a legacy version of an operating system on a newer version, so I can't install El Capitan on Sierra. And you will get this command, this error code here, which you can see. You just click to ignore it. And once it's completed, in the App Store, in your purchases, you'll notice that it's changed, and it now says, instead of download, it now says the word install. So that just highlights to you that the installer has actually downloaded correctly. I have had a case where people have tried to run the installer, but it hasn't actually worked, and it's due to the fact that if they logged into their Apple ID and selected it, they'll notice that it was actually incorrect and the installer button wasn't assigned. So it's a good little tip just to log into the App Store and just check that that actually is, it does say install. Okay, I'm quickly going to switch machines. I'm going to one of my old test machines, which is an old iMac, and I'm actually just going to show you that I've booted to Yosemite, and I'm going to run the command line from Yosemite. It doesn't really matter which operating system you're running it from. I'm just, for ease, I'm just using Yosemite because it's a very good build actually. And you'll notice that I'm navigating, and you can see the installer is placed in the applications folder. It's very important that installer stays in the applications folder, and that's where it will download to if you're just using a standard machine, not like this one, which has got multiple operating systems on it. So there's my installer, which is good. I've got my pen stick, which is good to go. The next thing I need to do is I need to locate terminal. So we go to Go, down to Utilities, and then Terminal is in that application there. You can use Spotlight if you want to, so you go to the magnifying glass in the top right hand corner and type the same where you type terminal, and away you go. And there is my terminal window. I'm now actually going to use my website, so I'm going to my website, which the link will be in the comments below, and that's actually got all the command lines. I've put them all into one page to make it easy, and I'm going to highlight the one in question, which in this case it's going to be El Capitan. So there's the El Capitan command line, what you need to run, and you just copy that entire terminal command. So I'm going to use the word command and C, and I'm just going to paste that into terminal. Then press enter, and then it prompts you for your admin password. And then you just need confirmation. So type yes, and then the process now starts. And that will probably take about 30 minutes to build that installer. And as you can see, the USB stick has disappeared. It's now rebuilding that USB stick with the installer in question. Okay, so let's come back to it now. 30 minutes later or so, it's actually finished. And as you can see, the command line has finished in the terminal. you can see that the installer is done. I'm going to open the installer, and there you can see. So the end user, that's all they see is the installer, but don't be fooled by the fact that it is just that installer there. So some people have tried in the past just to copy the entire installer from the apps folder into the pen stick, but it doesn't actually work that way. So your safest bet is to use terminal, run that terminal command that I've given you there, and you should have no dramas with regards to the pen stick ready to go. And then all we do to obviously boot that installer is we restart the computer and press the Alt key as the machine restarts. And as it comes up, just like my other screencast where I showed you how to install an operating system or multiple operating systems onto a particular machine, you get the option there for that installer comes up as one of the options, and you click on that to let that boot, and then the process will obviously go through the installer, and that's how you create a USB installer for any of the operating systems that Apple have got available from their App Store. So I hope you like that screencast. It was quite an easy process to go through, and the links are obviously below for any information that you want. If you've got any other questions or queries, then please just put them in the comments below, and then I'll get back to you with regards to those comments. Hope you enjoyed the screencast, and don't forget to check back later for some more tips on Mac user. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.